Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are making ourselves a fully automatic, well, semi-automatic flower farm. I know. I hope you guys are ready. So today I have some amazing plans in mind. I want to take this area down here and actually use it for more than just a mining space. I actually want to make this functional, and I want to have something that's down here that we can get custom dyes from. Yes, that sounds really weird, but I want to try it. I want to try it. I have seen this in the past. Man, it's been a long time, but I remember seeing a little area. I'm trying to think of who it was that I had watched. It was a long time ago. But I'd seen they had like a little cubby area where you walk in and a dispenser uses bone meal on tall variants of flowers. And that will generate more of the flowers, and thus you'll get dye. And I was kind of thinking about doing that in some way, some form or fashion, be able to set something like that up. And I'm trying to think of who it was. Well, that makes total sense. It was Ethos Lab. I have no idea how come I just couldn't remember that. So let me kind of find a good spot to do this in. I might actually have to clear out a specific area here in order to get this done. I was thinking about putting it over here. We have these minecart track that's in our way, but we could set this up in like a little area right along this edge. And luckily for me, I have this super hammer. This hammer is just ridiculously good. It's insane. And of course we have our cart that's coming along, and we might need to stop this. I'll put this back together once we get all this stuff done. But yeah, this hammer is just insane. So I'm gonna clear this little area out and get ourselves an area set up so we can hopefully build this little project. So I want to kind of get into the technical nitty-gritty of how this redstone design is going to work. It's very similar to actually how our bell system is going to work. We're going to need observers, we're going to need pistons, actually sticky pistons, we're going to need some redstone, and we're also going to need a pressure plate. A stone pressure plate preferably, so when items drop it doesn't continue to leave this going. You definitely want a stone-ish pressure plate or something like that. Let's see, and then you also want some tall variants of flowers. You can, in this pack, actually duplicate small flowers, and we might actually try and do that because there's a lot of variants of small flowers you can see all right here. I don't know, can you duplicate with the wither rose? I don't know. I've not tried. All these other ones you can. The wither rose? Oh, you can. So this is black dye, basically. Yeah, this generates black dye. So yeah, having a wither rose, that actually is a good idea. We definitely want to try and set up a small variant. To do that, we're just going to have to change a little bit of how this is going to work. Shouldn't be too much to change that. Anyways, so we have our observers and our pistons. I'm going to go ahead and set this up just right here, just to sort of demonstrate. So let's go ahead and place our flower. So right here is like a lilac, and above that is going to go a few building blocks. So we're going to have a few building blocks above it, so that way we can place our dispenser, or I guess it'd be dropper. No, it'd be dispenser. Instead of DES, DIS, my spelling issues. So right here, and this is going to be filled with some bone meal, right? And that's how that's going to go, right? Bone meal is going to be placed on here. We're going to stand here on a pressure plate, which is going to go right here. That pressure plate is then going to activate some redstone that is going to drop down under here. And this is super simple redstone mechanics, right? Having the redstone go back here. But we do need to know how far do we actually need our redstone to go. So if I place some blocks here, this will give us a nice place to get our observer set up. So we need an observer that's going to send the redstone to this and just basically detect itself, just like that. And I'm going to set up a piston that's going to go 2 blocks behind that, just like so, right here. And we all want this to be in a line because I actually want these next to each other. So we have this going right over here. It's going to go into a piston. And that piston is then going to extend. Once we set our first operation up, it's going to extend. back here, we're going to take this still a little bit further back. And what we need is we need to power this dirt block right here. And the best way to do that is to probably use slabs. I'm just going to use any variant of slab. Doesn't really matter. But we're going to have a slab that is going to go right here, which means our redstone needs to make its way up this, just like so. Like right here, and then with a slab, you can actually take it up one block, just like that. So this generates a redstone signal, and then when we do our first operation on it, it'll actually pull the observer away. And then once we place it back, this is where it gets fast. A lot faster. When we're off the pressure plate, it stops. So that's what I wanted to do. Off the pressure plate, stop. And this is going to be embedded in the wall. We're going to have this a little ways back. All I need to know is basically how deep this needs to go in, and then I can just place these in really quickly. This is going to be recessed in the wall. And I want there to be a single block spacing between each of the farms. However, I could set this up to have like an automatic do all of them mode. And that would be a little crazier. Now, I think I would have to do this a lot differently if I was to connect them all together, but I do want them a block away because the redstone, of course, is going to have a problem being right next to another piece of redstone. So having them one spaced away, that should get the job done. And we only have so many tall variants, so I don't need too many of these set up. So another thing that I need to do is I need to get bone meal into these, and I need a central area to be able to dispense that to them. So I'm just going to use these pipes, these regular pipes, and I'm going to use that to send it all along, all the way over to here. So I need to make sure I cover the whole area. So just mine this whole area out, and this should cover all of this space. Now, it doesn't have to be fast, it just needs to take from an inventory and just get it over that way. Same goes for this side. And it's just going to take from an inventory. And let's just say that inventory is right here. I'm actually probably going to see if the extended chest will work. So say we have a chest that's like double tall, and I have this pipe puller that is facing this direction. Place that here so I can get the item going that way. And then we just set this up like so. So it should be pulling just like that. And this will kind of help conceal it a little bit. So it'll be a weird double tall chest just like that. I'll use some of this blue stone to cover this whole area up and make it look like it's been like this all along. Look at that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse of me putting this all together, as it did take a little bit of time to do. And I don't even have all the flowers. This is just a small amount of them. But it's the important ones, I think. So this is actually the tall black bat orchid. Yeah, orchid. And this one also creates black dye. So we don't need to worry about the effects of having the other flower nearby. But this should get the job done. Now, let's see if this works. I have tons of bone meal, by the way, from our mob farm. So let's grab all of that. Bone meal. We'll just decompress all of these blocks. All of them. Yeah. Toss that in there. And we should see all of these start to fill up. And I think it does a whole round robin thing, which works even better. Yeah, it's doing a round robin. Which round robin means it's taking the items from the chest and then evenly distributing them to all of the inventories that the pipes are connected to. So that actually works really good. So all I need to do is just like I said, decompress all of these bones, and I have so much bone meal, so this puts a practical use to it. And I can use this to just generate tons and tons of dye. I think that's going to work. So, let's go ahead and test this out. I think we have a little bit of bone meal that's being dispensed in here. Let's see if these work. Now, another thing I could probably do, I was going to say maybe I could put a light behind them and that light would activate. But then again, now that I think about it, I don't think that would work all that well. The only other place that a light could potentially go would be right here. But then again, we have redstone right here, which would just power this block. Would that... I don't think that extension to that block will power a lamp. I'd have to see. Like, while we're standing on this, will this block power that? No, it doesn't. That's what I thought. I thought it wasn't going to. That's the thing with redstone. There's so many, like, odd things that I still have yet to understand about them. And that's just something that I'll learn over time. I'm still learning. Even though I play this game all the time, I'm still learning about redstone things. So, to see this work in action, look at that. And we're just gaining the flowers. Now, I could turn this magnet off, and it will still work the same way. I'm still going to collect them. And then when I turn it off, it's going to run for a second, but the items are going to stop. It's going to stop itself. Same for this. And before we know it, we'll have all the dye that we need. And there's actually some blocks that I would really love to build with that utilize this dye. Look at that. See? We're getting all this dye. So there's a very particular block that I wanted to get that's the whole reason I set this whole farm up. And that was this one, the rainbow block. Not particularly for its actual rainbow block itself, but what it can be used to make, which is the rainbow lamp, which then can be turned into a lit version, which is actually a rainbow. And this block, I think, is fantastic. And I wanted that because it requires all these dyes. So we do need some lime, we need some light blue and blue. All these other colors are pretty easy to get. The only flower I don't have over here is a yellow variant, which is unfortunate, but I can just bone mill this over and over again. I don't need a tall version. I'm pretty sure in regular vanilla Minecraft you can't bone mill like small variants of flowers that aren't tall and get them. At least I don't remember that being a thing. So I'm not. It's really nice for that to be in here, right? It is really nice for that feature to be here. Now I need lime dye. I have regular green dye, which I can get from this instead of a cactus, which is honestly amazing because setting up cactus farms are not the funnest thing in the world to do. But I could also get lime dye from this over here. Oh, we got to be careful though, because that's actually going... Is this not actually bone mealable? It is bone mealable. Well, that is not... That's a dropper. That would be why. That is not a that is the wrong block. Oh, how many droppers did I place in here? Wait. All of these are droppers. That's funny. These are all... These two are dispensers. That's a dropper. Wow. Look at me go. Being super, super special with this. Oh, my goodness. So with all that fixed... There we go. That's much better. I was about to say, that shouldn't be throwing out stuff. Now, with this farm, we could honestly set this farm up to do a lot of different things. And there's some other farms that we can use as well that should work just as well at basically completing the same task for other farms, not just this farm. We could have a farm that's very similar to this that can actually grow any of our crops so long as we're holding a seed in our hand and we're right-clicking on the block. Because it would just instantly bone mill and we could just collect it since we don't have to reseed it, which is really nice. Really, really nice. So, let's see. I need some orange dye. We needed some lime green dye. That was some of the major stuff. We needed definitely some blue dye. We need some red. I've already gathered some yellow. Let's see. Got some red. And I think that was about it. We had some purple, or was it magenta? I think it was actual purple. So all of these things can be combined together to create what I think is going to be a really cool block to use. And I don't know, it just... I think this is going to work. All right, let's go ahead and drop this in here. I think I think I already have some light blue, so I'm not too concerned about that, but we get quite a few blocks from this. And then we can use that to make rainbow lamp variants. And then just some redstone torches. And we get some pre-lit ones, so we actually don't need anything special in here. And let's go ahead and replace these lights that are in the floor. I think I have my hoe laying around here somewhere. There we go. Makes a much better sound when you break it with the right tool. Look at those. Oh, that's way better looking. I like that. And we could hang these from like some new blocks. How about a gold chain, for example? Like, did you know this was a thing? Like, we can actually use some of the valuable gold that we have that we should be using elsewhere, but we could use it for some really nice decorations. I mean, if this isn't what being OG is like, I have no idea what is. We're literally taking an expensive in-game resource and we're just turning it into decoration. But then again, what more is Minecraft than doing that exact thing? I have no idea. The more I look at this could have some kind of like, I don't know, it really, like this gold really fits in with this umbral like block from Cinderscapes. It really does give it like a feel like we're walking into some like fantasy area. Like this whole area doesn't really feel like you're in a cave, but you are. Like it just, I don't know. I kind of like it. It feels very like homey. I don't know. This right here, by the way, is only here. It was only here to light up the area around it. But from what I'm seeing, this is looking pretty good. I really love. Yeah, I was hoping this is what it was going to look like. Ooh, that's kind of trippy that goes over that block and activates that pressure plate. That's kind of cool. So, as always, I do want to show the love to one of my Patreons. And today, I want to be saying thanks to, it's me, Ferdo. I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. I do appreciate it. Let's slap that with some magenta to make it nice and stand out. And I think it's very well fitting. I know today was a little bit of a shorter episode, but lots of stuff was done today, even though you may not have seen it. Anyways, guys, I hope you are enjoying these Let's Plays. It does take a lot of time for me to do them, and I've been having a lot of fun doing them. I really do appreciate you guys' kind support over on the Patreon, and also all those who have joined Discord recently. I do appreciate you as well. And if you haven't already joined Discord, what are you doing? It is an amazing community over there. You don't have to be a supporter or nothing to get amazing support from all of our community members. We are over 11,000 community members now over there. It is a partner Discord if you're looking for that wonderful place to come hang out, play with your friends. We have a bonus of having high quality audio channels due to that partnership. And we're also at a level 3 server boost. That's right. Yeah, we are definitely, it gives us a lot of nice perks thanks to all the people who do support our Discord. And guys, if you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, why haven't you? You might even, you know what? How about you just look down there and see if you're subscribed? Because you might be surprised that you're not. Guys, and if you haven't liked this video, I would really appreciate it. Guys, I'll see you in the next episode. You know how it goes. Thanks for watching.